did not want to try to forecast another downturn because we felt that would make it too subjective to what the company's at. So what we wanted to do was to match it to market expectations. So we had, like Credit Suisse reports, stuff like that, targeting long-term growth rates and next year growth rates. So we wanted to incorporate that in there and just go off of what, if the value of AAS is relative to the market, if it's correct, because the market is not expecting a downturn, say in like 4 years exactly. That's not going to be necessarily in the forecast that we could find.
Is there an end market that you would recommend AEIS buy into?
That's a good one. We think that honestly that Artisan acquisition was a very good acquisition. It's just that the value of AAS is not. It's not that they're a bad company. It's that market expectations are too high for them. So we think diversifying. The industrial tech looked really good. From what we saw a huge sales growth. Just for AAS and expectations. We also saw for medical and then. Eventually, in vehicles, like the actual integrated circuits, like the cheaper ones in vehicles, those had pretty good growth rates from what we could find from the research. However, I think industrial tech is a better way to go, far less cyclical, and offers like pretty good growth as well.
Do you have confidence in A's ability to execute on the Artisan acquisition, and kind of why or why not?
We do have confidence that they'll be able to execute. The thing is, the market is expecting so much future growth that it's kind of hard for them right now to be able to fulfill that growth. And so the Artisan acquisition was done, was well done, and so they're going to be able to work with that real well. It's just a matter of the market kind of adjusting this bullish look at it.
So we have, AE has zero net debt, so we've got cash and debt. And the forecast is to generate more cash. What would you recommend? We kind of have three options, and that is to go out and buy other companies, pay down very low interest rate debt, or buy back stock, pay a dividend, hand it back over to shareholders. Do you have a preference as to what you think we should do with that?
Yeah, so in our model, we had debt being paid down, like lowering interest burdens, all that kind of stuff. Again, we just looked at the debt on the Q3 pro forma and just dropped it from there. We thought that the stock buyback was obviously a smart move. If they were to go out and acquire, I think it would need to be very strategic because where they are, or where I should say where the market is not necessarily on, it's projecting growth. And so if the acquisition is good for growth and it's only exposed to the same stuff as AE, that might be a little bit poor, but I think some way to integrate into the supply chain to lower lead times might be a good idea. But ultimately, I think the stock buyback was a good plan, and I think keeping with it, I don't see any problem with that.